Welcome to Tansson TV Plus. I'm Brandon.
And I'm Mom.
Thank you so much for joining us here today.
Yep, thank you for joining again.
Yes, we always love doing this. And Mom, how are you doing today?
I'm doing groovy, Brandon. How are you doing?
All is well here.
That sounds great. And Brandon, today we're going to talk about the Lucy Show. It is our first episode Friday.
Yes, happy Friday.
Yep, happy Friday to you, Brandon.
Yes, and Mom, are you able to tell us a little bit more about the Lucy Show, produced by Desilu and premiered October 1st of 1962?
Yep, once more, we are introducing Lucille Ball. And in this particular series, she is playing a single mother raising two children. She has a daughter who's 14 and a younger son. And then she is also living with Vivian, who is, I guess, what who would call her, say, her tenant. And and Vivian has a son named Sherman, who's a little young man too, under the age of 10ish, at least it looks. And so this is really the series, what the series is. In this first particular episode, we concentrate on Lucy's daughter. Her name is Chris, and Chris is 14 years old, and Chris is going out on a date with a little older gentleman who's 16, and Lucy's not that happy about that. And then in this episode, we get to see a little bit more of that physical comedy that Lucy has done and that has made her famous. All right, and that is in essence, Brandon, is the show and in the first episode.
Well, Mom, thank you so much for that.
You're welcome, Brandon.
And overall, what did you think about this first episode?
I really liked it. I don't. I think I have seen this episode before, but I was pleasantly surprised that it was funnier than I thought it would be. The physical comedy just seemed to kind of roll with the show. I mean, the actors, meaning that Vivian Vance and Lucy, they work really great together. And so I thought it was a very nice ensemble cast between the three of them, between the two of them. And then with with her children also, they seem fine too. So I thought it was a nicely done show.
Yeah, and Mom, I'm going to have to fully agree. I really liked how, I don't know, I felt everything just really flowed. And I thought it was just a really great way to introduce the series. It was not a pilot, nor did it really have an initiating event, but I thought it worked.
It did work, and you understood what they were doing. You understood the why. I thought they did a nice job.
Yeah, they really did. And overall, I mean, I thought that we learned quite a bit about what the show is, what it's trying to do, and who it is and is not focusing on.
Yeah, you could tell that it really is, even though the kids are there, I think you could tell that the focus really is on the parents, meaning Lucy and Vivian. But the children, but you could tell they're going to have episodes that do concentrate on the children. But I just thought that they did a great job of kind of bringing those two together, and then also showing having. Oh, okay. Let me start off with this thought again, Brand. All right. I thought they did a nice job of showing that Lucy and Vivian work well together. And I also like that they were to show that there was a difference from what they did previously in I Love Lucy. Um, they did not seem as though they were the same characters per se, which I know is hard to do sometimes when you have a different show that comes on that happens to have the same characters of a popular show that they were on previously. And so they did a nice job of actually establishing how they were as characters by showing them first as a family. This shows that they're all living together in the same house and that they're concentrating on their children.
Yeah, and I fully agree with what you're saying in terms of these being different characters. This isn't Lucy and Ethel. This is Lucy and Vivian.
Yes, yes. It is. And like I said before, I like that they continue with the physical comedy. It was not outlandish. I thought it flowed pretty well with what they were doing for this episode.
Yeah, and to me, even comparing this with the first episode, I Love Lucy, that we just spoke about last Friday, I felt that this was more grounded. I mean, I love the physical comedy, And I'm not going to say that this episode is extremely realistic in comparison to last week's. I'm not saying that. But I feel that this was more on the believable side of funny, outlandish physical comedy.
Yep, I agree with you too, Brandon. I agree. And, you know, like I said, I normally rate these from 1 to 5, 5 being the highest. I actually gave this one a 4 because I thought they just did a nice job. It was a solid show.
Yeah, and Mom, I fully agree with that assessment. And what do you think about the theme song?
Did they have a theme song?
Yes.
Okay, well, since they had a theme song, I must not have thought much of it because I don't remember the theme song. Brandon, what were your thoughts of the theme song?
I mean, it wasn't to me that memorable, but it had the little animated Lucy and Vivian with the title of the Lucy Show.
Oh yeah, okay, I do remember that, and it was not memorable. Um, so I can say that off of an initial watch. Um, I have, like I said, I've only seen 1 or 2 episodes of the Lucy Show. I will watch it again if it's on, you know, and I will say this. It was hard to find. When we went to go look for it, it was hard to find. And so I was glad that we were able to stumble on the one way we could find it online. And so yes, so I would watch it if I could find it again. I would watch it. Continue watching. What about you, Bran?
Yeah, I definitely would too. And again, like I said, I didn't expect to enjoy this as much as I did. And to be 100% honest, I think I enjoyed this a little bit more than the I Love Lucy series premiere.
Yeah, for the premiere purposes, yes, I enjoyed this a much more better. It was more realistic and everything like that. I like this better than the I Love Lucy premiere. And mentioning I Love Lucy, the show, you and I've talked about this, and I've said that I liked I Love Lucy once little Ricky was born. And so that to me made it a little bit more grounded as a series. Or I should say, her pregnancy forward kind of to me made it a little more grounded as a series. But you know, but I watch I Love Lucy on a regular basis when it comes on. Once more, when you can find it.
Yeah. But I definitely, as I look forward to watching more episodes of The Lucy Show. And I did actually do a little bit of research, which I thought was quite interesting.
All right, what kind of research did you do, Brandon?
So, first of all, The Lucy Show didn't seem to originally need to exist.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it seems that Desilu, which was the company of Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz from I Love Lucy, uh, of course, they had divorced, but they had a lot of very successful shows, and then all of a sudden CBS started canceling quite a lot. And so, to sort of get CBS to purchase more of their shows, Desi Arnaz had come up with the idea to give Lucy another show to force CBS to reconsider canceling all their shows.
Oh, wow. Well, that's interesting.
That being said, this show was only supposed to run for 1 season.
Wow, wow. And they were surprised because didn't it run 5 or 6 seasons, Brandon?
Yeah, it ran 6 seasons, 156 episodes.
Oh, wow. Wow. I bet they were shocked at that. And did you find any connections to this show, Brandon?
Well, of course, we have the obvious.
Yes, we do have the I Love Lucy show. Were you able to find any other connections?
Yeah, so outside of Lucille Ball and Vivian Vance, we do also have the two of the writers of the episode. Um, Not only do we have Lucille Ball, but we also have Bob Carroll Jr. and Madeline Davis, who, of course, were writers of that first episode of I Love Lucy. And, as we mentioned in last week's episode, executive producers on Alice.
Yes. I have one for you, Brandon. Unless, do you have any more?
I think that is it. What else do you have?
All right. I'm glad I could surprise you with this one. I caught this when we were watching the credits. Wilbur Hatch is actually the musical director for both shows. And so So I found a connection for you, Brandon.
Cool. Thank you so much, Mom.
You're welcome, Brandon. Let's see. Let us know in the comments. Have you guys seen the Lucy Show? You know, out of the two, I Love Lucy or the Lucy Show, which one do you prefer? We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, we definitely would.
All right. And we thank everyone for watching today.
And we'll see you next time.
All right. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye.